Are you that golfer who wishes they could use a driving iron but just don't find them forgiving enough, just don't tend to get on with them? Enter this thing, the brand new Mizuno fully blacked out FLI-HI. Yeah, let's do it now. You see, the big reason why people generally use driving irons is to play it safe off the tee. It's not to attack birdies, it's not to try and shoot your best ever score. It's hopefully to do about this. Oh, that was beautiful. So in today's video, we're going to play a handful of holes with the brand new Mizuno Pro FLI-HI and see if we can shoot level par off the back tees in winter. Look at that sole as well. I mentioned forgiveness in the introduction. Wow. So guys, do me a massive favour, get in the comments of this video and let me know, are you that kind of golfer that likes to use a driving iron? Would you prefer to use a hybrid, a 5-wood, a 7-wood, maybe even just a standard traditional long iron? Or are you yet to find the answer to that problem? And the golden point when hitting a driving iron, hit fairways. It's not all about distance. We'll keep a tally today on how many fairways we hit, and that's one tick. And you see, one of the beauties about the new Mizuno FLI-HI is that it's available in 3 different lofts. I have the 2-iron, which is 16.5 degrees. There's also a 3-iron at 19 degrees and a 4-iron in 21.5 degrees. They're jam-packed full of technology, which we will go into in this video. And one of the best things about it, it comes with a hazardous RDX smoke. In my spec here, the 6.0 as standard, which is pretty good. But we don't need it for here. We've got about 100 yards in. We're going to go a little gap wedge, which actually matches it nicely because I'm using black wedges as well. Remember, we're not trying to make birdies. We're going to try and take any opportunities we have, but level par is the goal. Be good. Sit. Fairways and greens, and you're never far away. A friend once told me that. And you see, I'm already starting to think there could be a bit of a lesson in it here for all of us, especially for me. You don't always have to chase it to shoot a score. Pars are your friend 99.9% of the time, generally. Just a little bit too much on that gap wedge there, but it is in the heart of the green, and that's all we're trying to do today. Let's see if we can maybe sneak it in, or at worst case, just 2-putt for that par and move on to the next hole. Go on then. Oh. That's pretty much as good a par as you're ever likely to see, and it was pretty stress-free. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but level. One of the huge things I'd be interested to see is how many 2-irons Mizuno sell in relation to the 3 and 4, because the 2-iron, the 16.5 degree, that's almost the sexy one, isn't it? That's the one where, even though we're saying the aim of the game is to hit fairways and keep it in play, you might actually think, you know what, I can tee this a little bit higher and I can watch it. I honestly didn't set this out to be a pun, but watch it do that. Right, we're downwind here, so we're going to try and get as much distance out of this as we can. Tee it up a little bit higher. For me, it's so important with a driving iron that it's nice and versatile. You can play it up, you can play it down, you can maybe even shape it both ways. So we're going to go big high draw here, and we shouldn't actually have too far in if we get this right. Feel and sound's important as well. And that was a little bit toey, but it's done exceptionally well. That's, you know, I said forgiving earlier. Nearly missed the grooves. Can't quite believe how well that went. So, having mentioned a minute ago about the amount of technology which is in this driving iron, Mizuno are well aware that feel and sound is imperative to the people they're selling these irons to. So it features HIT technology, or HIT technology, and not that kind of HIT, harmonic impact technology. And that basically means that even in such a complex model design, Mizuno have managed to dampen those vibrations and give you that nice audio feedback, or harmonic feedback as they might call it. So even though that was a terrible toey strike, we're still in the fairway and past the 150 marker, which is there. Now, it's as important to me as anything when testing a driving iron how forgiving it is, because there's no point hitting a driving iron off a tee if you get it a little bit toey, a little bit heely, and you've got another driving iron in, because that's not generally going to help you hit greens and lower your scores, or even keep your scores at a level like we're trying to do today. And the reason for this could be that Mizuno have introduced the MAS 1C steel face for the first ever time in a driving iron, when that's generally reserved in the past for the fairway woods and the hybrids. So high ball speed face in a driving iron. It still sounds and feels okay. Right, placing, we've got about 100 and flags at the back actually, probably 155. We'll give this a clean. I'm going to go full 8 iron. I'm actually testing in these bad boys as well today because I'm basically enjoying them way too much. Nice high fade off that left side. Just like that, please. Come in a bit. Fine. That's fine. Okay, not a bad shot there, just left-hand side of the green. Obviously, that's not as close as I may have been if I would have hit driver off the tee and maybe left a wedge in. But the risk with driver, especially on this hole, just too high. You might hit a 3-wood, but it's doing what I want it to do. A toey 3-wood would have been catastrophic, as opposed to that, fairway, green. And remember, you've always got a chance of holding a long putt. Unless you put a stroke in it like that, then you've got Bob Hope, no hope. Take no prisoners, still level par. So I spoke earlier about how much technology is in this Mizuno FLI-HI, and generally one of my favourite pieces of technology has to be in the looks as well. It's fully blacked out, it has a full black ion plating, and the rest of it I had to read up because I can't memorise it all. So it has such a complex construction for a nice stable fly height, combining a bendable 431 stainless steel body, an MAS 1C face, as we've already touched on. Remember the first time that's been in a driving iron, and also 21 gram tungsten weight, and you can imagine what that's for, to allow you to get that nice fly high flight. Sorry. So earlier on I touched on that I like a long iron or a driving iron to be versatile. I like to be able to play the ball up, I like to be able to play it down, I like to be able to shape it. This hole is into the wind, and a lot of people might think that that big forgiving sole will stop me being able to play that stinger. So let's find out. See, this is a typical hole you'll want to play this stinger on. Into the sun, I'm sure you can hardly see me, which I'm sure is lovely actually for a change, but can you play, definitely don't need that. Can you play that trappy low Tiger Woods style stinger with out of bounds up the right hand side and keep it in play? It needs to be around 220 to get the distance. Oh yeah. Yes, you can. I certainly don't think it feels as soft as potentially a TaylorMade P790 UDI or even a Titleist T200 driving iron. You see, this Mizuno FLI-HI is designed to have a larger sole width, a longer blade length, and a little bit more offset than the standard Mizuno 225. So it's kind of in a league of its own, really. Just like the Mizuno FLI-HIs of the past, it's not a long iron. It is a driving hybrid forgiving fly thingy. That's as scientific as it's going to get today. Does look good in the bag though, doesn't it, as well? Just sat there, just minding its own business. Now that's actually a fairway miss. It's not quite gone far enough. Right? It was a stinger. I didn't get all of it, but I thought it might have been a little bit further up. Let's just send a little pitching wedge in here. Remember, we're not trying to attack this round of golf. We're trying to almost protect. We're trying to keep it in play. Is that tree in the way? We can't place this either. Yes, the tree was in the way, and that's got exceptionally lucky. Exceptionally lucky. Pitched in the branches and finished up there for a birdie putt on this final hole. So we actually took this in the studio the other day and just hit a couple of shots with it. It was pre-embargo, so we couldn't play anything on Instagram or on YouTube. When you hit it and you nuke it, you can get a couple of shots that are like sub 2000 spin, which are quite incredible, especially for a club with that amount of forgiveness. And one thing which we noticed was how forgiving it was on off-centre hits. So quite surprised that one wasn't bad, but it's probably a couple of yards short of where I anticipated. This is to finish under par for the video. Never. And that just goes to show you where patience gets you. Can't believe that's gone in. I almost need to apologise for that because the approach shot hit the tree. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time. Don't be late. Bye.